It's my pleasure to introduce our day chair today. Christine Hutchison is back with us. Christine is a relatively recent transplant to Minnesota, having moved to Minneapolis from San Francisco in 2017. And soon thereafter, she joined the greatest Rotary Club in the world, the Minneapolis City of Lakes Rotary Club. Christine's professional career has spanned various roles in marketing and sales in the technology space. Currently, she is the Senior Director of Marketing for FTI Consulting's Technology Group. FTI is a global consulting company that provides legal-related technology services for law firms and corporations. Christine is originally from New England. She spent some wonderful post-college years living in Aspen, Colorado, studied for her MBA in Singapore and France, and is an avid traveler and visited over 40 countries. She lives near Lake Harriet with her partner, Gordon, and their 2 hunting dogs, North and Monty. Thanks so much, Christine, for being our day chair today.
Hello. Okay, I have the pleasure of introducing Sheletta Brundidge. Sheletta Brundidge is an Emmy Award-winning comedian and radio host. Aware of the serious lack of diversity in traditional media and frustrated by her own inability to find a seat at the table, she decided to build her own. In 2020, Sheletta created ShelettaMakesMeLaugh, a podcast promotions and production company. While continuing her role as a talk show host on WCCO Radio and a commentator on TPT's Almanac, Sheletta has risen in stature as an influencer, social media phenomenon, and activist for people with autism and entrepreneurs. With a journalism degree, a newsroom background, and several stints as stand-up, Sheletta straddles the world of public policy and comedy and is equally at home in both. So welcome, Sheletta.
We need the microphone.
Where the Zoom people at? Where the camera? Because I want to make sure I say hi. Is this the camera? Hi, Zoom people. Okay. Is there any way to put the Zoom people on the screen? I like to call their names out. That lazy self. They don't want to get up and bathe like the rest of us and brush their teeth. They're cheaters. Keith, you're a cheater. John, Hugh, Sandy, y'all could have brushed y'all teeth and got over here with the rest of us. And Sandy's not even turning her camera on. Sandy's in the car. She's going to get Starbucks. They ain't right, Sandy. We got to drink this coffee at the Women's Club. You got Starbucks. It's probably like some cinnamon in there and some frap or something or another. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all so much. Okay, yeah, you're going to have to follow me because I don't like stay right here. So the Zoom people, if they want to see me, they got the, yeah, y'all going to have to do something. Okay. So, good morning, everybody. It is so good to see y'all. Y'all look and smell so good. I just left a house full of kids and they told me they bathed yesterday, but I don't think that it happened the way that they told me. There may have been water involved, but I guarantee you there was no soap. Okay, so somebody's got to keep me honest because this place is like the casino. I don't see a clock anywhere. And so can you be my timekeeper? Okay, so what time am I supposed to stop talking? 8:28. Okay. So at 8:23, you my floor producer. That's what we call them in TV. We call them, where my TV people at? We call them floor producers. So at 8:23, I need you to put up a 5 and then a 4 and then a 3 and then a 2 and then a 1. And when you do 1, I will act like I don't see you and then I will keep talking. All right. I don't know how long y'all had this room for, but it's going to be a minute. So, like she told you, thank you, girl. That was such a great introduction. I'm going to take you everywhere I go. I'm going to just walk down the street, like go into Walmart and have her going, Sheletta Brundidge is, you could come to Target with me, all the school stuff, and just walk in and introduce me. That would be like so awesome. Can you imagine me going into Target and somebody just like, Sheletta Brundidge is an Emmy Award winning? That would be so funny. But so I came to the Twin Cities in 2004, Miss Maria. My then boyfriend was trying to break up with me. And it was funny, Mr. Bob, because he said, I was living in Houston at the time, and he said, we're gonna take a break. And I was like, what do you mean? Like a break? Like a timeout or something? What are you talking about? And he said, he had just graduated from medical school. He had just finished his fellowship at Memorial Hermann in Houston, where I lived at the time. And he said, I got a job at Fairview. And I think we should take a break so I can focus. And I was like, you don't need to focus. You need to love me. And so he got a job up here, Mr. Keith. And I said, well, I'm gonna come visit. He was like, did you hear me? I said, we're gonna take a break. And I said, well, I'm just gonna come and we're gonna hang out. And Mr. Tom, I had a plan. And so he didn't know the plan, which is good because he would have stopped the plan. And so I got up here and he didn't even take off from work, Mr. Jim. That's how you know he did not want me here. I got here, I didn't know anybody. I'm in a new city, and I was like, so what are we doing today? He was like, I'm going to work. I told you. He told me, Mr. Bill, he said, I just got this new job. I can't take off from work. I just got here. And so I'm in the apartment at 808 Berry, and he drives off. And as I'm watching him drive off on the balcony, I see that he is across the street from a TV station, Hubbard Broadcasting. I said, oh, well, I am a TV person. And I had one church outfit. When you go out of town, you got your party dress, you got your church dress. So I put on my party dress. No, wait, I put on my church dress because I didn't know. I read up on Mr. Hubbard. He might not like that party dress. So I put on my church dress and I walked across the street and introduced myself. And the news director came up and I introduced myself as if he knew me. I said, oh, tell him Sheletta Brundidge is here. And they said, does he know you? I was like, he loves me. He is going to just fall all out when you tell him I am here. And so Chris Berg came upstairs and he was so scared because this is Black woman in Hubbard Broadcasting where ain't no Black people. And they were afraid to put me out. And so he said, well, hi. I said, hey, I'm Sheletta. I'm an assignments editor. Now, in the newsroom, an assignments editor is like the air traffic controller. That's the person who is behind the scenes getting all the stories. So when these stinky reporters get on TV and they say, I have the exclusive, they lying. They don't have the exclusive. The assignment editor has the exclusive, and the reporter is just doing what they're told. Okay. So he said, oh my God, a real live assignments editor. Usually people don't want to be assignment editors. That's the job they take so they can get a job in the newsroom and move up. But my skill set, don't let these best-selling baby books fool you and all this TV stuff. My skill set is finding people who don't want to be found and finding stories before anybody else. So I'm an assignments editor by trade. Okay. So he takes me down to the newsroom and we hang out. And before you know it, I'm sitting on the desk. I'm answering the phone. I'm pitching story ideas. I'm in the studio with Vanita Sarkar and Angela Davis and Tom. And I mean, we just Rusty Gay. Y'all remember Rusty, big head, waterhead Rusty Gatenby? I'm down there with big head Rusty Gatenby. We talking about movies, Miss Lisa. We having a good old time. And the time slipped away from me. And then I went to lunch with somebody. And then I went up to Ron Hubbard's office. I didn't know he was the owner. I thought he was the guy who did the insurance. I swear to God, I did. I thought, and it's so funny because I saw him this weekend at a conference and we both laughed about the time when I did get hired and I filled out my insurance paperwork and I left it on his desk. And they were like, why is this girl leaving insurance paperwork on Rob Hubbard's desk? I wonder what the insurance guy, I swear, with them big old ears, he couldn't have been owner. I was like, no owner has ears that big. He's got to be the insurance guy. And so 4 or 5 hours passed. And I guess my then boyfriend at the time start feeling bad, Mr. Ed. He did. So he took off the rest of the day and he came back to his apartment and the door was open and there was clothes everywhere and I was gone. Well, it's right around the time Scott Peterson had killed his wife. And he was like, oh my God, this girl is missing. They're going to think I did it. So he looked around, he called me, and that's back when you had the flip phone. So this was a while ago. And that's back when you had to press 2-3 times to get to the letter C. And so he's just pressing and pecking and trying to figure out like how could he get to me. And he called, but Hubbard broadcasted. If you've ever been on a tour of that historic building, if you have not, I would suggest you do that. The newsroom is in the basement. And so it's very difficult at the time it was to get a signal in the newsroom. So he's calling, it's going straight to voicemail. The door's unlocked, it's going straight to voicemail. He can't get me. And I'm in the newsroom, honey, just living my best life with Big Head Rusty getting me. And so he called 911. And he sounded real guilty because since I'm in news, I could pull the 911 call and listen to it because of the Freedom of Information Act. And he was like, yes, hi, my name is Sheletta Brundidge. And my girlfriend came to visit and she disappeared. I promise I didn't do anything to her. I was like, oh my God, let's go. Confessing on the 911 call. I'm like, they could use this for evidence. Don't do that. So he's like, oh yeah. And I went to work and I work at Fairview and I came home and she was missing and the door was open and stuff is everywhere. But I promise I had nothing to do with it. So the dispatcher, when they finished laughing at him, they said, well, if she's missing for 24 hours, then you can file a report. But she is a grown adult woman. There's no signs of struggle. Maybe she just went for a walk. He was like, she don't walk. She don't exercise. She likes to sleep and eat and nag the hell out of me. She don't know how to ride a bike. She doesn't have a car. She doesn't like new things. This is her first day in this city. She has no friends here. Something is happening. I didn't do it. And I just want to let you know that. Oh my God, I should have brought the tape. I should have brought the tape because I saved it. And so then he said, I better call her mama. Yeah, I know. Yeah. My mama down in Houston, Texas. My mama who sleeps with a shotgun under her bed and the one on the wall. He wanted to call that mama. And so he called my mama and let her know that her daughter was missing. And he didn't do it. Mama said, well, if she's missing, you will be soon too. So you should go ahead and do your best to find her. And so a couple hours later, I leave Hubbard Broadcasting and it's right across the street. So he can see me walking out the building because he's outside pacing up and down, back and forth on the street looking for me. And so he was so happy to see me, Mr. Bob, that he forgot he was trying to break up with me. And Mr. Keith, we got married about 9 months later. We started a family. We have 4 beautiful children, and we live in Cottage Grove. So that worked out really well, don't you think? Yeah, I think that worked out perfectly. And so I have been in broadcasting for 24 years. This May will be my 24th year in news. And I found that as I moved up in the industry, that it was just really difficult for me to find an opportunity to utilize my skill set. Now, the one beautiful thing about Hubbard Broadcasting is that they have the opportunity to move people around. They have the radio, they have the TV, they have the movies. And so I got opportunities there, but as I tried to venture out, I just didn't find my place. As fabulous as I am, Miss Maria, they kept making me work overnights and weekends. I was like, this is ridiculous. WCCO radio has been on the air 100 years this year. And you mean to tell me in 100 years, you have not found a Black, Latino, LGBTQ, Asian, Indigenous person with one leg who could talk about sports and politics and pop culture for 3 hours? I think Black women have mastered the English language. They were like, oh no, Sheletta, it's just not time. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. I said, well, I tell you what, this is what we gonna do. You can either give me this little stinky job or I can leave and take all the money. And they said, bye. I said, all right, let's do this. So I started my production company, ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com. And it was just supposed to be me, one person, right? I was going to do a podcast. But then I kept hearing from Black subject experts in town, like Dr. Verna Price, Lambers Fisher, Brandon Jones, the late Jason Clopton, Shay Sandifer. And they all said, we want a podcast on your network. I said, I don't have a network. It's called Sheletta Makes Me Laugh. It's not called We Makes Me Laugh. It's supposed to be me, but by myself. I don't like do group things. And so they said, we're running into the same problem you are. We have a voice, but nobody wants to hear our perspective. Nobody wants to hear our stories. Help us tell our stories. And I was like, oh, Lord, this is not what I had planned. I had not planned to come out the gate with a whole business, 10 weekly shows, all hosted by Minnesota subject experts. We got 3 licensed mental health professionals, a PhD, and me. And we came out the gate. Oh, the next thing you know, we got a large following. The next thing you know, Hy-Vee is a sponsor. And General Mills is a sponsor, and Target is a sponsor, and United Healthcare is a sponsor. How is it that these Minnesota Fortune 500 companies are partnering with a Black mama who runs her business out of her kitchen in Cottage Grove, who just does not speak the King's English, not because she doesn't know how to, but because she just don't feel like it. She just her whole authentic self. She refuses to code switch. She won't dye anything or put the lashes on or the makeup. She just crazy. She just act real crazy all the time. And how are these people trusting her not only with their money but their brand? Do you know how many papers I had to sign to work with Target? The mortgage? What the hell? It's 48 pages, and I gotta sign all of this stuff. You know why? Because what you see is what you get. It's consistency. I'm consistent. I'm a missionary. I like to tell people that. I'm on a mission. And my mission is to help the people in this city live better lives. Whether that is through my podcast network or the autism children's books that I write about my children who have autism, or as an entrepreneur when I'm helping other Black entrepreneurs connect with people. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission so that everybody has the same access. Everybody has the same opportunities. Everybody has the same information. For me, it's about information and access. What do you have access to? You can't help your business if you don't access to this room and these people in it. You can't apply for a grant or one of these forgivable loans that I just found out about, Mr. Bob. I was like, they forgive loans? What's this been all my life? You can't get a forgivable loan if you don't know that it's there. And so I'm in spaces now where whenever I'm there, I look around to see who can I help? How can I be of service? Let me go over to this side of the room because I ain't giving them no love. Hey, Hugh and John and Keith and wait, we missing. Oh, Sandy, turn your camera on. Sandy's drinking her Starbucks. That's why she's blurry. She don't want us to see. She got a Frappuccino and a scone. She got a Frappuccino and a scone. I know it, blueberry probably. She looked like she got blueberry scone. And so these companies put their equity on my influence, Mr. Gary. That's what they do. They want the influence that I have. They want to be out with me in community. They want to be with me at the events. They want to partner with me. Why? Because I'm consistent. They know what they're going to get. What you see is what you get. And what's the brand? People always talk about the brand. My brand, I'm building my brand. I hate that. That's the goofiest thing I ever heard. What the hell are you talking about? You building your brand. Is she okay, I thought somebody was okay. If she come back, tell me, Miss Lisa. I want to see if she eating a blueberry scone. Okay. I hate when people say that I'm building my brand. That's what the young people say because they don't want to go to work. They so lazy. Okay, I didn't say that out loud. Okay. My company looks like the AARP office. I don't work with anybody under 50. I told them, sue me. I'm sorry. We just have a different work ethic than these young people. We come at 8, we leave at 5, we work on weekends. I can't do this whole we get off on Fridays at 12 and we don't really like working and we keep the lights low. We work over here. So it looks like the AARP waiting room in my company. We all over 50 and most of us are over 70. That's just how we roll. So if you're looking for a job, you come right on over here to ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com. They say that I'm building my brand, I'm working on my brand, but it's really, what is your cause? I know he said I got 5 minutes. I told you I wasn't looking at him. He done solicited 8 people. Tell her she got 5. That's why I came over here. Y'all thought I came over here on accident because I just want to be next to Mr. Gary. I'm turning my back on the timekeeper. Y'all see how I got that man to marry me? This is strategic. But what we need is a cause. People know what my cause is. It's not about my brand, it's about my cause. My cause is helping folks. What's your cause? What does your club stand for? Who are you helping? What's your mission? It's not the statement, because we'll sit around in a meeting for 2 days and come up with a statement. It don't mean nothing. But the Bible says you got to have some fruit. Y'all a tree with, you got to have some fruit on this tree. And what kind of fruit are you planting? What kind of tree is it? What do people see when they see you? Are we meeting to just meet? Do we have a purpose and a mission? Are we missionaries? What's our cause? What's your cause? I don't want to hear your mission statement. I want to know what your cause is. And that cause, we should all be on one accord with that cause. Are you helping small businesses? Are you making the community better? Do you see a need and jump on it and put your full weight behind it to make a difference? What's the purpose of us being here today? This organization is a tree, a strong tree with deep roots. But I want y'all to start thinking about what, Mr. Kingford, are the fruits on that tree? What have you planted in this community that you could see and say, that's mine? I did that. Those people over there got help. I did that. That neighborhood is better. We made that possible. What's your cause? We know what your brand is. You are the whole Rotary Club. That means something. But what does it mean to the people outside of this room? What's the impact of Q1? See, I talk business now, Mr. Gary, since I got a bit business. I say stuff like Q1 and Q2. It's Q2, everybody. What are we doing in Q2? Who are we partnering with? I'm talking about people you don't know that don't look like you. People you don't know, have never met, that you read about. What stories have moved you that you could bring to the table and get everybody in this room to put their whole weight around it to make it better for somebody else? What's the cause? What's your cause? What's your purpose? We got your brand. What impact at the end of Q4 where you could say, we did that. We made that happen. And it's okay to do it. That's one thing about you people from Minnesota. Y'all don't brag on yourself enough. See, when I do awesome stuff, I take out billboards and I get on the cover of the magazines and stuff. Like, that's stuff that I do because I want the work that I do not only to be known, because Black women don't get a lot of credit for the stuff we do. Women, period. Come on, girl. Give it here, right here. Women, period, don't get a lot of credit for the work we do. But I also want to inspire other people to be givers and doers and not just hearers and meters and seers and organizers, but doers. At some point, we got to get out here and do the work. These chairs are nice and comfortable, but there's a community who needs you. There's an organization who needs you. There's a story with your name on it that you read, that you heard about, that you saw on Care 11 that Boyd Hooper did that made you cry. Don't Boyd Hooper stories make you cry, girl? Oh, girl. That you can bring back to this group and make an impact with. I do not see him. I am strategic. Turn around and tell Sandra to turn her camera on. So here's what I propose. I had this great idea. So I help small businesses. In February, I had Black Entrepreneurs Day at the Capitol, where I invited Black entrepreneurs, business owners to the Capitol. And I didn't know who would come. This is only the second year I did it. And 500 business owners showed up. Okay. And they all met with legislators. And then Dietrich was there, and Hortman was there, and Aaron Murphy was there, and Bobby Joe Champion was there. I mean, everybody was there except Biden and Trump. I mean, everybody came. Everybody came. And so I said, well, what are we going to do? Next week is Small Business Week. I want to do something really special for a few of those business owners. So I'm a member of the Minneapolis Club since I, got rich last summer. I'm a member of the Minneapolis Club. I said, I want to invite 5 of those small business owners and 5 strong, solid business owners who have been in this community for a long time to have lunch together. So here's my challenge to you. 5 of y'all decide that you are going to have lunch with a small business owner in this town next week at the Minneapolis Club with me. I'm taking sign-ups at the back. No rush. I don't want y'all to rush the table and knock over everybody. But that's where you start. That's how you make a difference. That's how you make impact. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do, Mr. Gary, at the end of Q4 and how many people you're going to be blessing. All right. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. So in recognition and appreciation of your talk today and for making us laugh, we'd like to ask you to sign this book, The Very Impatient Caterpillar. And this book will be given to A Way to Grow, a local organization who will give it to a 3rd grader. So that child will have a book signed by a leader in our community.
We're not going to sign this book because I have a brand new book out called Andrew Does His Dance. It's all about my son, Andrew, who went viral on Good Morning America for dancing and shovelets. No, you know my son. And Andrew is the oldest of my 4. You ain't got no time cues, do you? I know you don't. Andrew is the oldest of my 4 children. 3 of my children have autism. So Andrew's book is all about normal developing siblings and how do you support normal developing siblings who have autistic brothers and sisters. So I ain't signing this book. I'm gonna go to the car and get my book, and I'm gonna sign my book. And then my book is gonna go to the school. Okay, room to grow. All right, girl. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us today. We invite you to return anytime as a visitor or to check out a potential membership. Thank you.
That was great. And you did make us laugh. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. No false advertising there. All right. I want to thank everybody who joined us and did such great work today. Greg Alm, thank you for being our greeter and for setting up. Brock and Ross, thank you for your AV assistance. Russ, thank you for the reflection today. Christine, thanks for being day chair. And thanks for Dick for being our club administrator. Next week, are you going to be here? No, you're not coming here next week. You're on Thursday night. You're going to come to Sisyphus. Come join us, Sheletta, at Sisyphus next Thursday at 5 o'clock, the brewery, and I'll buy you a beer. And more than one if you want, more than one. Sisyphus, 5 o'clock next Thursday. Walk-ins are welcome. And we hope you can all register and be there if you haven't registered yet. All right. Have a great Rotary week, everybody.